Hello there my fellow tech aficionados and welcome back to the channel. A little while ago the good folks from MSI asked us to give you guys a little overview of their 18-inch laptop lineup, and with bright 4K 120Hz mini LED displays, the fastest CPUs both from Intel and AMD, and with RTX 5080 and 5090 GPUs, those behemoths left little to be desired when it comes to your somewhat mobile gaming experience. But of course, not everyone can or wants to spend that much money on a laptop. So today MSI sponsored another video and sent over a few of their more affordable options, ranging from the budget Cyborg series all the way to one of the best higher-end mid-range gamers you can find right now, the MSI Vector 16 HX AI. Once again, MSI gives you a tremendous amount of options within each series, so for almost all of them you can choose between Intel and AMD on the CPU side, and despite the more budget-focused nature of these puppies, you still get access to almost the entire lineup of Nvidia's mobile GPUs, starting with the 5050 all the way up to the RTX 5080 for some proper gaming prowess without breaking the bank. So how about you sit back, grab a drink, and let me tell you a bit more about why you should keep your eyes open for all of these, especially during the upcoming Black Friday and holiday season. Alright folks, let's kick things off with the Cyborg series, and to illustrate what you can expect visually and haptically, MSI sent over the Cyborg A15, and the sleek 15-incher marks your entry into the world of the company's gaming laptops. My sample for today is equipped with the Nvidia RTX 5050, complete with 8GB of video memory, 16GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD, both of which you can upgrade yourself at any time down the line should you want to improve your multitasking abilities or simply want more room to store your favorite games or university projects. Tasked with feeding enough information and fresh frames to the snappy Full HD 144Hz display are AMD's latest mid-range CPUs, with several options available offering a very sensible combination of performance and efficiency. But I mentioned flexibility a little bit earlier, and the Cyborg can also be yours with an RTX 5060 running at a higher wattage than Team Green's entry-level mobile GPU in this one right here, and if you instead want an Intel CPU powering your next laptop, well, MSI got you covered here as well. And if 15-inch is simply not big enough for you, there's also a 17-inch version. All of those technical bits and pieces are housed in a well-made, subtly looking chassis with a metal lid for that extra bit of stability. And to make sure things do not get too boring, you get some see-through bits here and there all around the chassis, and I would say the Cyborg blends its characteristics quite well and offers a clean appearance for your university or school hours, while also making sure you get some gaming aesthetics when playing with the boys or girls at the end of the day. In addition, you get a great assortment of I/O, including a pair of USB-A's, a USB-C for both data and display connections, and a network check if you do not solely want to rely on wireless networks. Overall, this one would be generally a great companion as your entry into the world of gaming laptops with a dedicated GPU. And while it of course will not be able to keep up with the Radar, Titan or Stealth we dealt with in the first video a few months ago, it's still a great fit for lighter competitive titles, generally easier to run games, and the occasional AAA story game, albeit with reduced settings and the help of DLSS and MFG. But what if you would really like to step it up? So we are talking Intel HX CPUs, full wattage GPU options in the form of the RTX 5070 Ti running at its max rated 140 watts, or maybe even the RTX 5080, bumping it up to 175 watts to properly feed a 240Hz QHD IPS panel with full DCI-P3 colors. Well, then the Vector 16 HX AI should definitely make its way to your shortlist, since it combines all of that with a still more than reasonable price tag, and especially the RTX 5070 Ti config is one of the most affordable options running what is probably Nvidia's best mobile GPU of 2025. We already reviewed the 16-incher on the channel and especially liked the overall performance experience, the very generous port selection including Thunderbolt 5, and especially the fan noise behavior in the MSI AI engine profile for a great mix of high FPS numbers without making your ears bleed. And while the Cyborg is also a great starting point if you want to dip your toes into more work or content creation focused workflows like 3D art in Blender, video editing in Resolve, or some more traditional photo work in Photoshop and Lightroom for example, the Vector bumps it up across the board, turning it into a proper workstation to get things done. And not only as a creative workstation, but also should you decide to dabble in AI, since the faster GPUs translate directly into faster small language model responses and greatly reduced wait times when generating images and videos from simple text prompts. But first and foremost, the Vector is made for virtual entertainment, and with the higher-end GPU options being available, it really does not matter what you throw at the 16-inch or its 17 and 18-inch counterparts, since the RTX 5070 Ti and even more so the RTX 5080 or 5090 easily run everything maxed out with a very impressive FPS experience. So do you want to experience the most graphically demanding story games with ray and path tracing and still easily get beyond 60 FPS, or even way beyond that with Nvidia's AI helpers in the form of DLSS and MFG? Or do you want to max out the native refresh rate here to make sure you get smooth visuals to reliably click on heads in faster competitive titles like Battlefield 6 or Ark Raiders, for example? If the answer is yes, definitely check out the Vector, you will not be disappointed. Which leaves us with the Katana series, and once again you can decide between 15 and 17 inch with an Intel CPU powering either an RTX 5060 or 5070 with up to 115 watts. And generally, this one is really all about finding that sweet spot between price to performance and giving you the most GPU browse for all of your hard-earned cash. So if you, for example, prioritize what a 5070 can bring to the table, but can live with a Full HD 165Hz IPS panel, you can save a few bucks with that particular combination. And if you are fine with a 5060, which would also be my personal recommendation here, but still want to make sure you get everything out of the mid-range GPU running at its maximum rated wattage without paying extra for fancy features you might not need in the end, then this one might be the one for you. For some added gaming bling, you get a 4-zone RGB keyboard, and similar to both the Cyborg and the Vector, MSI does not fool around when it comes to ports and upgrade options, and the Katana offers a total of 3 USB-As, a full-featured USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 complete with DisplayPort pass-through and power delivery up to 100 watts, in addition to a pair of SODIMMs for up to 96 gigs of RAM, and once again you can also upgrade the NVMe down the line to make room for additional games and unique projects. Alright good people, that should already be it for today, and I hope this little overview shed some light on MSI's more affordable gaming laptop lineup. Please let me know which one you would prefer. My favorite is definitely the Vector 16HX AI in its 5070 Ti config, since it offers a price to performance ratio that is still very tough to beat right now. A big shout out to MSI for sponsoring today's video, and if you want to learn more about any of the models I talked about today, please follow the links in the description. As always, feel free to leave your like and sub on your way out. Thanks a ton for watching folks, my name is Alex, you have been simply fantastic, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.